Hello, my name is Michael Blood, and well, here we go. Um, I have a story to tell. I'm not an author, I'm not a writer, it's not something I'm looking to do. It's, um, it's something that it seems like it's been set out that I need to do. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to complete it or not. That's all going to depend on you, on the audience, and if there is an audience. If you find the story I'm about to tell you compelling enough, um, wow, it's so hard to give you an idea. I'm going to try to do that right here, right now. I'm 60 years old. I'm from Ringsend. I'm a Ringsend lad, and I found out I was adopted when I was 26 years old, soon to be 27, and 3 weeks before I was emigrating to Canada. I found out at lunchtime, when I went home for lunch, my ma and I, had lunch every day. Anyway, I'll fill you in later, but that was a quiet lunch with very few words said. The most important ones were when I stood up to go back to work and told my ma that it didn't matter, it didn't change anything, and I left. And we never talked about it ever again. Well, my mother lived for a good 20-25 years more, and that was wonderful. I went to Canada, and I had the viewpoint that nothing changed. I know who my parents are. I know who I am. There's nothing there. And I told Mom that because I believe that. It's true then, it was true for 30 years as I conducted my life here in Canada, and it's true now, but there's far more to the story than that. Far more. So here we go. We're going to find a way to do this. I need to do it to enough of a level that that nobody who doesn't need this story doesn't get this story. And or at least I've done my part. It's there to be found. So this is it. I'm trying to do it this way, so that you've come here for a reason, and I want to explain in this part that the events that happened they can't be explained by normal understandings. That's clear. And that's why I feel I'm supposed to tell this story. My sister passed away in 2019, and I was very fortunate to be able to spend time with her. I'd come a couple of times in 2018 with my daughter, first of all, and then myself on a spot trip, just dropping around, as if I was on the other side of Dublin. That's what I do. That's how I think. That's how I operate. And then, thanks to Jason making sure I knew that it was time. It was time for her. I got to spend a week with her, and that was wonderful. Anyone who's lost somebody, they know that if you can get that time when it's you've, you've, you've learned to know what's best for her, and she understands that, and she's surrounded by her family and her loved ones. But something in that probably triggered a whole range of feelings and emotions. Sadie was the first one and only one, funny enough, I talked to, because I was certain that when we went on our grocery visit, as we did in my car, she knew. And so I started that conversation off with, I guess you know all this shit. And she said, what shit? And well, it went on from there. We know each other very, very well. And I'll share that with you. Because it's part of the story. Somehow, in a short way, I'm going to tell you that I got a letter from the Irish government that used a couple of sentences that quite affected me, saying that they didn't have any records of me. They didn't know who I was, and maybe I should check with a couple of people, Peggy and Jack, because they didn't have anything on me. Well, I don't know if you know what it's like to be 59 and have that said to you, because that's how it sounds in your head. And here you are, a carrot, orange-haired Irish boy from Dublin who carries the map of Ireland on his face, as I've often been told. Hated being a redhead, and we can talk about that if you want. So it kind of came at me. I decided that, okay, it's time to deal with this. There was reasons, a few of them, and I decided that, well, maybe the tipping point was my sister Imelda found out that she was adopted when she was 42. We were dancing and we talked about it on New Year's Eve in Irishtown at Jason's place, Jason and Barbara's, and with our mother sitting right there at fairly advanced age at that point, but she was beautiful, and maybe I was wrong, but you know, Imelda and I, it's because I told Imelda that I was adopted, and when I found out, she didn't know that. And so, you know, we said that, well, there's no point in talking to her, you know, there's no point in bringing that kind of thing to her life. She's her mother, Jack's her father. And that's the end of it. And Imelda taught the same way. So, her ma died, passed away, as had Jack 15 years earlier, and they had a marvelous life. Oh God, wait till I tell you about them. They had a marvelous life. And so that was wonderful. And Imelda and I, Mallows, along with Sadie, got to share that life and become the people we are because of Peggy and Jack. So they're my parents. Nothing in this story is going to change that for me. I hope it won't change it for you, but there's going to be things where you're going to have questions. And you know, as an adopted person, people are always, you know, foisting their questions or what they would do or how horrified they would be upon discovering something like that so late in life. I never had any of that. I didn't have that. I never had that curiosity. You can think I'm insensitive or whatever, when we start to talk about mums. I'm going to tell you that I lived my life until a very short while after Sadie passed away, totally content. There's nothing missing. Nothing. There's still nothing missing. But there's a story that has to be told, and it's not... I just have to tell it because apparently there are people in the world that need to know this adoptive story. They need to know about feelings and happenings, and they need to see that week in November, that 1 week in November, that this whole story is centered on, cannot be explained by coincidence, cannot be explained by deja vu, cannot be explained by the experiences of other adoptees, both parents and adoptees, trying to find their birth parents. I succeeded through my research, because I'm good at that. Whatever, I am. With a game plan going into that week where I'd get my birth certificate without anybody's help. I would meet my birth mom for her. Just for her. I don't need to. But there's some stories there that have to be explained, and you'll have your own views about them, but I'm just going to tell you that that's what happened. The truth. And it's certainly something that I don't feel is mine. It's just something that it's there. It's compelling me to do this, and I will do this up to the point. It may be a book, it may be a film. I gotta put this plug in straight away. Matt Damon, if you're listening, think about it. Just up your alley. That time in Dalkey with meeting the Irish people should give you a good idea, so you can get into the story. So think about it. You'd certainly be my choice. Yeah, love you as Jason Bourne. And the other one, Dead Poets Society. Oh my God. There's Robin Williams. Hey, yeah, who knows, it could be there and you could be laughing. That's not going to happen. Well, I don't know. I'm not pushing for it. My part is going to be done when this story is out there for whoever it's destined for, and out there for the readers. I won't say this is a unique experience. It's certainly unique to me, and I haven't heard a story like it, which is why I'm almost begrudgingly going to tell it. Anyway, I don't know how long this little video has gone, but apparently all sorts of technical reasons I probably shouldn't make it this long. So I'll stop here, and we'll see how you got this far.